and I think it would be fair enough for me to share with you the reality of how much nurses earn here in Canada. Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's me again, Alex, and again, I'm back for another episode of my international student journey here in Canada. So for today's video, guys, I wanted to share with you nurses' salary here in Canada. I've been asked a lot of questions about this, and I think it would be fair enough for me to share with you the reality of how much nurses earn here in Canada. Of course, for those international educated nurse, this would be one of the information that you wanted to know. In the future, you're going to be earning this much money per hour. Without further ado, let's get started. I just also wanted to touch base about questions for those international students who came here to Canada and will be taking like palliative care in nursing, the program that I took, by the way, for those who are new in my YouTube channel. They said, I think they heard rumors or saying that if I take this program, I'm only going to be earning $18 per month, or $18 per hour. Before I dive into that specific topic, I also wanted to give the reality of those international educated nurses that comes here in Canada and will be taking like geriatric nursing, palliative care and nursing. Those are the programs as international students, as I've mentioned before, that could let you come here in Canada as international educated nurses. But again and again, those program will not determine how much money you're gonna earn. It doesn't mean that if you take this palliative care nursing, you're gonna be earning $18 per hour only. So you'd rather take this geriatric nursing, because I was asked with that question, and I just wanna make things clear that if you take this program again and again, it doesn't mean that you're a registered nurse in Canada already. So for you to be able to consider it as a registered nurse, you have to be passing NCLEX. So that palliative care nursing certificate that you have, those leadership and management, whatever program that you have, that is just an additional credentials that you can put in your resume, but that's not gonna determine how much money you're going to be earning, because here in Canada we have in specific provinces. By the way, I live in Ontario right now, and every province there's a specific union for the nurses. So in Ontario, we have Ontario Nurses Association, or ONA, and in the website, I'll show it to you as well. You can research it, you can look it up to yourself, how much money nurses earn here in Canada, specifically in the province of Ontario. So just to make things clear, this video is specifically nurses' salary in the province of Ontario, not in Nova Scotia, not in Alberta, not in New Brunswick or any other part of Canada, but specifically on Ontario, because in different provinces has different unions and they have different contracts, wherein in that contracts it would reflect how much nurses would be earning per hour. So this is just a reality of nurses here in Canada in one of the province, especially the province of Ontario. So also, just to make things clear, that if you work in a specific facility where it's unionized, so that facility will have to obey or follow the union contract from the company and the nurses association. So what I'm trying to say is, if you worked in a facility where it's not unionized, let's say you work in a nursing home, you're gonna get a different rate. So you don't expect this salary that I'll be showing to you, that this will be the same salary that everyone is getting around Canada or even in the province of Ontario, since I'll be sharing with you the salary of nurses specifically in Ontario. So just search on Google Ontario nurse salary, and it will show ONA and participating hospital. So you just click that picture over there and it will show you how much nurses earn. So as you can see, starting last April 1, 2022, if you are a fresh graduate, no experience, you're going to start with a rate of $35.52. But in year 2023, the new grid was 36.5 if you're a fresh graduate, and it was it increased after April 1 as well to 37.93. Now, this year it's already 2024, so we're gonna follow this fresh graduate nursing rate of $39.07. So that's how fresh graduate nurses would be earning here in the province of Ontario. So if you have 1 year experience, you're gonna have a $40.05 per hour. 3 years, $42.90 per hour, and so on and so forth. And if you can see it, the different chart, it says here, if you work part-time, you have a different rate. So way back 2023, it was 42.86. Now, April 1, 2024, you're going to be earning 42.98. It's a difference between the full-time and the part-time is that part-time doesn't get any benefits, and that's why their rate is like this. They don't work full-time hours, and that's why it's like this. Now that you know where to look for that specific nurse's rates, just like me, when I started my job, I had an experience of actually, I worked for a staff nurse in the Philippines for 2 years. You can consider that an experience, and they will honor that one. I'm not pretty sure if all facilities would really accept that, to be honest. I do have a friend, and she has 8 years experience back home, and I don't know what happened. I don't know why she didn't get the rate that she should have according to the experience that it was showing in the website, because I do have the experience. I have an employment certificate, and I submitted it to the HR, and they were able to honor it, and they gave me a rate according to my experience. So if you do have an experience of 5 years, 8 years, you make sure that you're gonna get a COE, or certificate of employment, that would say that you worked there for 3 years as full-time employee. It has to be like full-time, because when I submitted my COE, it didn't indicate that I was working full-time. So if you're gonna ask your previous employer, make sure that you ask them to indicate that you work 3 years full-time, so that when you come here to Canada and when you submit that to the HR, they would have no follow-up questions, or you don't have to reach out to your employer again and ask for another certificate of employment, because they do acknowledge their experience, and that would be like a good starting rate for you, right? So I didn't start from fresh graduate. At that time, I had a 2 years experience, so you do the math, you can check it out how much my rate is. And of course, as time goes by, it increases, right? And also, guys, if you notice, it's according to years. I hope I gave you the reality how much nurses earn here in Canada. So for those international students that are planning to come here, that are already here, and you're on your way to get your license and your permanent residency, just keep grinding. I hope that you're inspired with this video, and I hope you like my content, and please don't forget to like and subscribe. If you have any questions, comment down below. Thank you for watching, and see you in my next video. Bye!